And we should be live. Almost, no, it's still preparing. Yay, we're live.
Oh, let's do it. It's St. Paddy's Day.
I know. That's why I have my little man with me, because I couldn't put, green stuff. Yeah, well, whichever way he is.
I love that. It's my little daughter's 5th birthday today as well. So great day.
Oh, is it?
We're having a party.
Happy birthday. Yeah, awesome. That's exciting. So welcome to For Feck's Sake Marketing Adventures with Carmo. Pretty exciting. So it's awesome that this is where I help people with stuff I've learned, or tips and tricks and do it, or I bring on some experts like I do with the amazing person that I have today, which is Sarah Cordinor. Sarah and I have known each other actually for a few years.
A long
talked on the phone, we've had connections. I think I did a session with you, but we've never met in person.
Have we not?
No.
Not even in real life?
No.
That is so weird. I so feel like we've known each other forever.
We've talked and we said, come in, and you said, come over and have a wine, and something had happened and whatever. So we've never physically been in the same room.
Isn't this the power of virtual connections and being online? I genuinely, that has really surprised me. We've never met face to face, because I feel like I've known you so closely for so long. Wow. No. Well, there we go. Definitely got to make it happen now. And especially I'm 3-hour flight closer to you anyway. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm off to Melbourne on Friday. So what we're going to do is, I'm very excited about today, is you're going to talk to us about some exciting stuff. But first, I want to get to know a little bit about Sarah for those people who don't know you. I'm just making sure that I have 2 screens, so if I go like that, you're trying to watch people online, offline. So we're going to talk about the 12 ways to get massive exposure using organic marketing. One of the things that I think is so friggin' amazing. But first and foremost, tell me about Sarah, like a brief overview of who is Sarah and how has she come to where she is right now.
Well, hello, everyone. It's awesome to be here. And I am definitely going to be sharing with you some really exciting strategies that you can start implementing right now for free to get way more exposure in your business without having to spend any money at all. And I'm going to be sharing at speed. And I've even got my teacher's whiteboard out here ready. You're going to need a pen. But a bit about me.
That's what I said. Don't ever try and speed us up. By the time we're finished talking, you can't speed us up.
So I am a qualified course creation specialist. I predominantly specialize in helping experts, coaches, consultants, anyone to create their very own online courses. So I help you come up with the idea for the course, structure it all together, make sure it's something people really want to buy, help you film it all, put it up into your own online school, and go out there and change the world and impact lots of lives by putting all of that knowledge into something that can be reached by an unlimited amount of people, which is exciting for everybody.
Very exciting.
As part of that process, obviously I've had to go through business myself, learning how to go from absolutely nobody, having no Facebook page, having no website, having no likers or followers, having absolutely no email list whatsoever. And today, I currently have 84,000 students enrolled in my courses in 168 countries all around the world, currently studying my online programs. And you can do it too, because it wasn't that long ago that I started from zero as well, as an absolute nobody. And I want to show people how today in this lesson, how easy it is to share your message with the world in a way that not only changes people's lives, but literally pulls people into your business and has them wanting more from you.
Love it. Oh, because I know I've seen some of your stuff and I'm going, oh my God, who knew? And you just have that. And I suppose it comes from practice and experience. You can say, what about? And I'm going, oh, I never even thought of that. So it's pretty freaking amazing. I'm forever looking at your stuff, or else I'm saving it to look at it later.
No, love it.
Yeah, it's lovely. So what is one of the biggest factors that helped you to become successful in your business?
Do you know what? Being terrified and doing it anyway. The hardest thing, I think, when we start doing anything, we've got a message, whether it's like pressing publish on that blog post, or pressing upload on the YouTube video, or pressing go live on your live stream. That initial moment, the first few hundred times you do it, your heart practically stops beating or threatens to throw itself out of your chest altogether. You forget your name. You can't even put a sentence together in any form of articulate manner because your whole body's going, I am terrified. What if I stumble? What if I get criticized? What if I get trolled? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail everybody and talk absolute gobbledygook? And this is where a lot of people just don't even get as far as pressing the publish or the upload or the go live. That's definitely the biggest thing. Is it's just having the courage to go, if I don't do this, then I can't help anyone. If you don't press publish or go live or share your thoughts or ideas, you have a 100% chance of failing. If you do,
yeah,
you've got a 100% chance of learning what to do next and improving and getting better at what you do. And this game is something that's a forever game. There's no end to marketing. There's no actual end to the types of services that we're offering or how we're helping people. And this is why I love the organic marketing method, because it's something that every time you do it, it helps you even more and it makes you found by more people. You reach this tipping point where, you know, you start hitting number one on Google search results. It's when your video starts coming up number one in YouTube. It's when your name comes up number one in the who do you recommend for X, Y, and Z services, and people are chatting on Facebook. And I want to show you guys today just some of the ways that you can do that. So definitely the biggest key to success is no fancy secret. It's simply just having some courage. You're not going to be perfect when you start. You're probably not going to be perfect 5 years down the line either. But you know what? You're going to have helped some people and you're going to have made money 5 years down the line if you start today.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Now, 2 more questions and then we're going to jump into it. So what was one of the hardest decisions you've ever had to make in business?
Oh my Lord. Well,
one question, but it's a big one.
what just today? As we all know, we have to make heaps of those every single day. But for me, look, one of the worst things that happened to me in business, which as we all know, ended up being the best thing. I rocked up in Australia in 2012. I genuinely rocked up with no mobile phone, no laptop, a suitcase full of bikinis in winter, and absolutely nothing else. So while I was freezing my nuts off, sat on the floor with no bed, no phone, and no laptop, I realized that I had to go about finding some very free ways to go out and get myself noticed and found and tell people what I do and how I can help them. Because if I didn't get any money, I was going to definitely freeze and I was definitely going to starve. Anyway, I built the business up using organic marketing methods and face-to-face methods. And by 2014, I had a multi-million-dollar business down in Perth, and I had 23 full-time employees, PAYG employees employed in Australia, sitting in my offices in Perth. Things were going very well. As you can imagine, I was slightly pleased with myself.
Just a little bit.
I'm doing okay, you know, fluffing around like a cockerel or the peacock with his feathers all hanging out, thinking, you know, I've done it. I've done it. I've made it, you know.
Yeah.
One Tuesday morning, I go to work, the phone rings, ring, ring, client number one. Hey, the federal government have just slashed this funding literally overnight. It was supposed to have 6 years left on this particular fund. Because they've taken our funding away, like right now, I'm really sorry, we're going to have to cancel our contract with you. I was like, oh, ouch, looked down on my thing. That was about $400,000 worth of business. I was like, oh, okay. And they went, and we're not going to be able to pay you for the last quarter. Oh, the phone hung up. Literally, as I put it down, the phone rang again. Hi, Sarah. I know that, you know, we're funded by this big fund through the federal government. And I was like, I know. And they said, we're really sorry. I know. And I'm afraid we can't pay. I know. I got 4 phone calls in a row in the same morning. I started the day as a multimillionaire. I finished the day multi-million dollars in debt. And I had to sit there. I lost $2.7 million in a single day, just in contracts. I then had to pay out 7 figures in staff redundancies in all of their PAYG superannuation. I had to pay out the end of the lease of the office. And the accountant said to me, Sarah, you have one choice. You have to go into administration. Nobody, not even huge organizations, can manage to survive a hit like this. And I had a decision to make. And that hard decision I had, well, not only was how am I going to sit here and tell one of my employees after the other who've become my chosen family that they don't have a job anymore. is, do I choose to follow my accountant's advice and shut the business down? Or do I sit here and accept responsibility for the fact that I made the decisions that got me here? I must now make decisions that are going to get me out. And being a pride old fool over here, having lots of pride, I said, no, I will not be folding into administration. I will not do it. I got myself here, I can get myself out. And I did. So I kept the business alive, I kept it afloat. Was facing a bit of a mining downturn in Western Australia at that time then. So all of the training companies that we were working for in the corporates also then started shutting down their contracts with us. They were firing their training managers, they were closing their training programs. And I just literally was going, I'm trying to rescue this business literally from the brink of administration. And now I'm losing the only other contracts that I have left. So I thought, what can I do? How can I do what I'm doing differently? What's this? I've got to make a decision. And I realized, well, look, I've been teaching X, Y, and Z topics for years. I've been providing course curriculum design services for years. I consult for years, answering the same questions. How do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? Every single day, I'm answering the same freaking questions. I thought, well, how about I stop depending on a local economy? Because this is the problem I have. It was Western Australia specifically that was struggling economically. And so I thought, well, I know, I'll just start videoing all of those answers on videos, and then hopefully people outside of Western Australia can get my answers and pay me for it. So I sat there and I just wrote down every single question I'd ever been asked more than once in my entire life. And I filmed the answers to every single question, chucked them all up online. Boom, within 12 months, I had recovered the entire company. I'd paid off all my debts. I got everyone's redundancies fully paid, all of their super fully paid. And on top of that, I'd increased my revenue by 60% from the year before.
Bloody hell.
Online. And so this is why, my friends, the second you remove your time, literally from, being that bottleneck, you literally have unlimited scale. And that is why going online is the way to go. It's been a blessing, some of this, let's look at some of the silver linings underneath the tragedies we've all experienced over the last 12 months and see how this is actually helping us become more globally connected, to become create services and products that are more accessible. Wow, what can we do with this now? What decisions can we make? Get online.
Absolutely. I mean, I had a 2-day workshop ready to go when the COVID hit, and we just pivoted, put it online. But now I'm in the US, I'm in UK, even our membership has members from US and UK and all over Australia. It's like, what the hell? Why was I not doing this before? What the hell happened? Now, one last question. I know this seems to be a big question, but now that you are, and I know you're super successful, as I say, I love your stuff. That's why I'm so excited to have you on today. What are some of your, because I know you've got 2 small kids, what are some of your success habits? What are some of the things that you have to put in place to make sure that you can sustain and keep this going and still have a lifestyle?
Oh, I think, look, building, acting always from a plan. A lot of us think that being busy is going to get us results. Often it's the complete opposite. We just end up running around a hamster wheel. So for me, I follow sort of the principle of Jim Collins's BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. So at the beginning of the year, I go, what is my big, hairy, audacious goal, my massive goal, my huge thing I want to achieve? And it has to be one thing, really specifically one thing. So many of us go, let's have heaps of different lead magnets. Let's have all of these different, I focus on one goal. Now, to give you an example, my one goal for 2021 is to get X number of people in my membership academy. Everything I do, everything leads to that. Yeah. And that makes my marketing focused, my services focused, my customer journey focused. And so that's the next part. Now you've set your big, hairy, audacious goal. You've got one goal for the year, one thing to focus on. Then obviously making sure that all your customer journey and everything points towards that. So 2 is create the customer journey. Yeah. How do people find you? That should be your lead magnet. And then what are the different offerings you put in front of them in what order? So I set that up. And I make sure I'm following that journey the whole time. And then scheduling and batching my time extremely strictly. There will always be people that desperately need to talk to you. There will always be an opportunity to come and present on a call that is so exciting, so enticing, and so full of great opportunity. You have to be so strict with your time. So I sit down normally and go, right, I need to make sure that at least 99.9% of the time I am working only on income generating activity. It must be income generating activity, and it must be only things that I can do. Usually that means your head. You should only be working on stuff that only your head can do, i.e. videos, calls with clients, and sort of the physical marketing, teaching your courses, that kind of stuff. Everything else you can go and find support, contractors, virtual assistants, or something to pass on, so that you can focus on that income generation, client facing work that goes on. So batching my time. So I make sure that there are only certain hours of the day that I can do client calls. If someone literally begs me screaming at my door for just 1 hour, the answer is no, you have to wait. There's a waiting list, and you have to. As hard as it is to say no, there are certain days of the week where I don't have any calls at all. They are specifically fixed for reaching the BHAG, or doing creative content creation stuff, which earns me money. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I love it. So let's get into these 12 ways to get massive, because I'm here with my notepad and pen myself to get going, because I think it's so vital. Like, some people are getting stung hugely with Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that, because they don't have any kind of following or noise before they even start. And they're going into this cold audience, and it's costing them a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know that you would know all about as well. So tell us these 12 ways.
Alrighty. So big difference between organic marketing and paid marketing. That's the first one. Paid marketing is literally you're paying for ads. Now, by the way, it's like pouring fuel on a fire. They are amazing. They are brilliant. If you can afford to do it and you've set up proper funnels, go for it. However, not many people can afford to do that at the beginning. And I got my very first 32,000 student enrollments without spending a single cent on paid ads. Not one. I'd never spent a cent before I got 32,000 students in my courses. After that, things were settled and we went on and did some ads and things went boom. So what I like to think of when it comes to organic marketing, basically is any kind of marketing. It's anything or activity that you do where people find you, come across you, and get to interact with you or experience you in some kind of way. So organic marketing content can include things like videos, live streams, blog posts, podcasts, streams like this, online summits, all that kind of stuff, right? All that stuff is organic content. The core purpose of that organic content is obviously for people to discover you. When your target audience go to Google and they type in how to something, you want your content to come up, your blog post, your YouTube video, your public Facebook live stream, whatever it is that you've done. Then, because when you do, you're the one that gets clicked on, and that obviously is when people start leading into your funnel and your ecosystem for your particular business. So when we're creating organic content, that's what we're thinking of trying to achieve. That is the purpose of it. Yeah. And I like to look at all these pieces of content, these organic pieces of content, like a spider's web. So imagine that big, beautiful, silky spider's web glistening in the sun. Every single thing you publish is a ring on the spider's web. You've done a new video, another ring. You've done a YouTube video, another ring. You've done a blog post, another ring. You've written an article on LinkedIn, another ring. You've written an article on Medium, it's another ring. You've published something on Pinterest, it's another ring. You've done a podcast episode, it's another ring. You've been a guest on someone else's podcast, it's another ring, right? This ring gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, by complete default, you are literally now capturing more people. There is more of your stuff for people to trip over on the internet. There's more of your stuff to come up in people's search results. And that is literally how, I've got blog posts that I published 7+ years ago that is still making me money today, that is still some of my top performing blog articles. This is the coolest thing about organic content, is it literally has the highest ROI you could possibly imagine. Yeah. You spend 30 minutes doing a video or writing a blog article, it's still going to be making you money in 30 years time. It's absolutely amazing. And this is why it's so powerful and so worth blocking out a day a week for doing that kind of stuff, right? It is income generating. Second thing you want to know about the content marketing is that all of your content marketing must focus around answering specific questions. So each blog post or each live stream or each YouTube video or each podcast episode or each guest interview you do, it must have a really specific question that you are answering. And you need to title it with that question. The title needs to be the question, because that way, again, when people go to Google and type in, or go to YouTube and type in their question, your thing then closely matches that question. It comes up first in the search results. So all these different things we could be doing, I've named almost all 12 of them already. The 12 things are not the secret. The secret is in how you automate the flow, the efficiency of getting that content out there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to show you now is simply called repurposing. That's all we're going to do is we're going to do the least amount of work we possibly can whilst maximizing
boom for it.
Boom, exactly. Whilst maximizing what we get back. So guys, the most highest converting, furthest reaching, most engaging form of organic content you can possibly create is a live video. And I know some of you would rather knock your own teeth out to go to the dentist than do a live video. So I'm not I'm not saying you have to do it, saying you're just missing out on the most engaging form of media there is, full stop. So what I like to do at the top of this chart here today, is I'm going to draw a little picture of a video. And we're going to put live up here. Why? Because you get the most amount of reach. Now, you know, we're live streaming right here now from Zoom. I like to use a tool called StreamYard, which I know you've been playing with as well, Carmel. StreamYard and there's other multi-streaming tools basically allow you to live stream on multiple social media channels all at exactly the same time. So your StreamYard will connect to your Facebook personal profile, your business page and pages. If you have multiple pages, your Facebook groups, it will connect and stream to LinkedIn and to YouTube and to Twitter, all exactly the same time. I mean, talk about maximizing your exposure with one piece of effort, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go live, and ideally I like to, this is my little symbol here for multi-stream. So we're going live to multiple places all at once to get the absolute maximum reach. Now, the cool thing about using a multi-streaming software when it uploads to YouTube, because it automatically then saves itself to YouTube, leave it an hour. YouTube automatically transcribes your videos. Now, not a lot of people know this, right? And it's a bit of a secret. Now, I'm going to just share my screen with you a second because I want to show you where we get this. So if a host can possibly allow some screen sharing for us, that would be fantabulous. It's still saying I can't share my screen. So I'm going to open up.
Hang on, I'll press it again.
Hang on.
There we go. There you go. Technology.
Let's share a screen. So let's go on over to YouTube. So let's pretend here we are over on YouTube. You've just live streamed a video. So here is some actual live streams that I live streamed to YouTube the other day. Let's click on one. Now, when you go to a public video, down on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you see these three little dots and you click Open Transcript.
Oh, stop it.
Stop
I
it.
didn't know that.
I know, right? Not a lot of people do. And look, here it is. It literally pops up over here on the right-hand side. Completely free. Now you've got cool paid tools like rev.com, which transcribe it all beautifully for you and all the grammar and punctuation is correct. So if you don't want to fuss around doing editing, I do recommend you just go and use a paid tool. But if you just want some rough and ready and you're happy to do a bit of editing, or you've got a virtual assistant who does that stuff for you, oh my God, you just come on over here and you copy and paste into a Word document, you give it an edit and you've got a transcript. I mean, how cool is that? So that's amazing. I know. So let's just do a little stop sharing there. So what we're going to be doing is repurposing this video as far as we can possibly go. So it's lived everywhere. Next thing I like you to do is to natively, I'm going to put native. Sorry if this is a bit small. I'm going to say native, to natively then upload that video to YouTube and Facebook and everywhere as well. Now I know it's already there live, but with YouTube, when you live stream, that video goes into your live stream videos tab rather than your uploaded videos tab. So you want to have it natively. Also, the reason why you want to natively upload these videos to Facebook business page is because Facebook prefers to have natively uploaded videos onto the platform. So again, it's going to show up in the news feeds of people that didn't catch you live. Now, not everyone sees everything you post, so please post it again. You're going to download the video and re-upload it everywhere natively. Now, we've got the transcript from YouTube now, completely free of charge. So we're going to get that transcript. This is a rubbish pen right now. Now from this, we're simply now going to publish a blog post.
Yeah.
So if you go onto Google and type in anything about online courses, if you're in Western Australia, my name is going to pop up quite high up there, and it's all blog posts. I guarantee if you go and type in any question into Google, I'm telling you now that pretty much the entire first 5 pages are going to be people's blog posts. And in between, there's YouTube videos that come up in the Google search results page as well. So if you have written a blog that matches the questions people are typing, you're going to come up in the search results. So if you're not doing this is crazy. So all I do is I go to YouTube, I take the transcript and I simply edit that transcript. I embed the video into the blog post.
Yeah.
I include the transcript in the blog post. So now Google's got more things to trawl and crawl and bring up our stuff to the top of the rankings. Google loves multimedia. So you're embedding your video in there and you've got your text in there, you're increasing your chances of going up. So from that, a couple of things that we can do from here with your blog post. One, we can add this to LinkedIn, so LI. We literally take our blog post, we copy and we paste it as an article on LinkedIn. Yeah. So not as a post, as an article. Why? Because that's another search engine. Right. Okay. So if you, again, people are going to Google to type in questions, LinkedIn articles also come up in the search results. Also, people who are in LinkedIn often search the search bar within LinkedIn natively itself as well. So you're going to want to have articles come up there. And LinkedIn loves showing LinkedIn content to LinkedIn users.
Yes, of course.
And it also loves showing LinkedIn content to non-LinkedIn users so that they become LinkedIn users.
Yes.
There's another place you want to be. Very, very similar. A couple of other places, or let's just do one for now. There's another one called Medium. Now, Medium is another content publishing or content distribution channel for written content. So grab your blog, copy and paste it onto Medium. It's completely free to use. You go in, create an account, post it there. And there are millions and millions of subscribers and users on Medium who are searching for particular types of content. Boom. Absolutely easy peasy lemon squeezy. Another one, pop that on Pinterest. So all you're going to have to change is the actual blog post cover image so that it's a Pinterest size. And when you post the image for your thumbnail for your blog, there's an opportunity for you to put the connected URL. The URL is literally the URL to your blog. So people might see the image, see the thumbnail, put in your keywords and your hashtags, and boom, that's another search engine where there's millions of people. So now look at all these pieces.
I'm going to go already.
Right? Absolutely amazing. Now, here's another thing. A lot of people massively underutilize their email list. They build this email list and they're like, but I'm so scared to email them in case they unsubscribe, right? They're going to unsubscribe if you don't talk to them for a freaking year and then try and sell them something, right? You've got to have these conversations and share helpful stuff. So this is where you copy and paste the email, the blog post. I embed the video into the email and I'm like, hi everyone, just letting you know, today I did a live stream about how to XYZ. Here's the link, here's the information. Boom, send it to your email list. Nice and happy. How cool is that? Nice communication, good old tips right there. Now, the other thing I do with the transcript, I feel like I need another color over here, we're getting a bit crazy, is I take the transcript and I come up with text snippets.
Yes.
So basically what I do is I just get a highlighter pen, I print it out, I get a highlighter pen and I find nice little one-liners that I've written or said, obviously in the blog post there. And I take those little text snippets and I load them into my social media auto posting software. So I use Buffer, some of you might use Hootsuite or something. And, the text snippet might be, one great way to manage your success is to batch your time and schedule. Maybe that was the thing I said. Boom, there's a social media post. Done. So from that one transcript alone, I bet you, if you've done a half an hour video, you're going to literally have like 20, 30 plus social media posts that you can pull out of your own mouth from that alone. So boom, heaps more content made. Now, what I do with the text snippets as well is we get these little quotes and we make image cards. Image cards. Right, some people are visual, some people are audio, some people like to read. So go onto canva.com,
yes,
get a virtual assistant, and turn those text snippets into images. So it's like little quote cards. So you're going to mix up all the text with a little bit of imagery. Boom, another piece of content, another way for you to get found all the time. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the thing we can do over here is we can get this video and you can extract the audio. Quick tip, you simply go to Google and you type in MP4 to MP3. You get the URL of your YouTube video, drop it in, and it literally for free downloads the audio file. That's it. So now you've got the audio file. Oh, well, guess what? If you've got an online course, chuck the audio file in there, or better yet, you now have a podcast.
Podcast, yes.
Oh,
exactly
yeah, right. You literally take the audio out and extract it, and you put a little bling at the beginning and a little bling at the end. Hello, podcast. It's so easy to upload a podcast. It's really, really easy to do. Boom, another way that people can find you and get out there. Now, while you're busy posting on your own blog, attracting your own people and growing your own email list, don't forget that some people have literally spent years building up their own. There are people out there who have tens of thousands of subscribers to their blog, hundreds of thousands of subscribers on their email list. Some even have millions of subscribers on their list. And guess what? They need content for their audience that they keep them all engaged and hanging around. So you can do a thing called guest posting. So you're going to take your blog, the same one, you're not writing anything, and you're going to do a guest post. Now, what I like to do this, I actually create a massive Excel sheet. I've got my virtual assistant to help me. All you need to do is go onto Google and let's pretend you want to get in front of entrepreneurs. So think of who your target audience are and go to Google and type in entrepreneur right for us. Entrepreneur right for us. And this is super duper cool because it will bring up all of the, let's go find it over here. Let's go to Google. Entrepreneur, and I do it in square brackets, by the way, right for us. This will bring up any page that has that name and a right for us tab. So you can go right here, like straight away, right for young entrepreneurs, right for entrepreneurs HQ, right for men entrepreneurs, right for this, right for this, right for this. So you or your virtual assistant might literally start going through all of these, clicking on it, going to the apply page, whatever it is, making a list of all of these in a big Excel sheet. And then quite literally, when you've done and published your blog, you or your virtual assistant's job is to then just send it out to all of these, all of them. Guarantee you'll be published. Boom, you've added another ring to the spider's web, another way for people to find you. So that's amazing. You can guest post. Well, if you're going to go on a podcast, you might as well guest podcast, right? Absolutely amazing. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So exactly the same process. If I wanted to be a podcast guest, let's pretend I want to get in front of entrepreneurs. I'd write in entrepreneur podcast, and then in square brackets, be a guest. Boom. Press enter. Become a guest on this podcast. Be a guest on the Women's Entrepreneur podcast. Be a guest on blah, 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 blah. Right, what would I do? Make a massive Excel sheet, copy them all down, get all their contact details, and send them all a massive email. Say, hello, my name is, I am an expert in, here are 2 things that I would love to come and talk about. Learning outcome, learning outcome, learning outcome. I've also got a free gift I can give to your audience. Your free lead magnet.
To get them on your list. That's the biggest thing that I find people get confused about. It's like you're renting space everywhere else. The whole objective is to get them on your list.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where in every single one of these instances, oh, by the way, so there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different ways to do organic marketing right there. Now I could go on and on and on. With this particular method. Look, from here you can even do similar things with online summits. So online summit right here.
Yes, I've been doing some of those.
Yeah, get yourself on those. Go to Google, type in Entrepreneur Online Summit 2021, whatever year it is. And again, apply. Hey, can I go out there and speak? Completely free of charge. You give up an hour of your time. They might have 20,000 people register for that summit. That's 20,000 people you're going to potentially be in front of for 1 hour. I mean, imagine how much that would cost you in Facebook ads. It's certainly more than 1 hour of your time. That's for sure. So these are all really cool ways. Now, obviously, some people are going to look at this and just go, what? Like,
yeah.
Anybody got time for that? So One thing that, you know, I highly recommend you do is do go out and look into the world of virtual assistants. There are virtual assistants that can do all of this stuff for you. And allow you to, you know, to be free to just do the videos. This is what I was saying before. This is the most powerful way. You are doing the videos. Somebody else can then do all of this. Now, from one single video alone, you've already got yourself 13 outlets, sources of organic content where people can find you, come across you, join your list and get in touch with you, that are going to be there, all of them forever, for the rest of time. They're going to be searchable and it's going to lead back to you. Now, I do actually have a whole entire VA instruction package because I've written the instructions for my virtual assistants to do this. Which they've been following for over years. I've just been refilming the whole entire thing right here. So all of these like literally come with a document instruction and a video, training video and all that kind of stuff, which this is how you then begin to automate this process, right?
Yeah.
They follow the instructions that you've given them and boom, off they go. And you're just staying around focusing up here, growing your list, growing your leads, growing your following, growing your fans, growing your bottom line, hopefully. And boom, you're done. And why people say, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff here. There's so much stuff we could be doing. The difference between successful people and the unsuccessful people is that some implement it and some don't.
Yeah. And you know, you're so right, because you can go out to YouTube or anywhere, you can actually get the blueprint for just about anything. But a lot of people just go this far and go, oh, that's too hard basket.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I've been guilty of that myself before. And yet there's times now it's just action after action. Even if I stuff it up, I actually don't care anymore if I stuff it up because I'm going to learn something out of it. So I'll just keep going.
Love it.
I love all that. I'm going, oh my God, I can't even write quick enough. So let me ask you one question about that with YouTube, and this is purely my own question. So to upload something in YouTube, when you're uploading it natively, do you keyword heavy it as well?
Oh, 100%. If you, you know, this is, we're basically, we're designing things for humans, but we have to register them for robots. So we're designed for human beings, but we register for robots. Our stuff comes up because Google, YouTube are crawling words. That's the only way our stuff gets matched with a certain search query. So, you know, as you know, Carmel, I know you've been sharing this with people recently, is what are they typing into Google? First of all, name your video with that title. Yeah. Make sure in those tags, you are heavily tagging with whatever words or variation of the words people might be typing into YouTube or Google to find your type of content. And also take that transcript that comes up automatically by YouTube, copy and paste it in the description too. The more words you have in your description, the easier it is for YouTube to understand what your video is about. And that again helps your video come up because obviously the words you were saying in the video help YouTube to understand whether or not it's the answer that somebody's typing in. And even if you like that transcript, it doesn't have to be verbatim. You can actually put a few extra words in as long as it's contextual to actually, you know, do it. Yeah, I've been playing around with that lately. So that's why it's just, it's like that one piece of content, as you say, can go, poof. I have used StreamYard, but I didn't realize it could go live in so many places at the same time. Yeah, that's why, because I was going, why are people using StreamYard? Doesn't Zoom just do the same job? Yeah. But obviously, no, it's not. Oh, no, it saves a lot more time than that. Yeah, definitely. So it's all very exciting stuff. And look, my advice to people is you obviously can't implement all of this stuff at once. No. That would just be ridiculous. You could like, try, but you wouldn't. Yeah. Fail. Yeah. Juggle with 2 balls before you go for 13. That's just what I say to people. Get really good at one of them. And if you're going to pick one of them, my recommendation would be your own blog. Do your live stream and your blog. Those are, if you just pick 2, make those your 2, because these will get you the most amount of reach there possibly is. Yeah. Then from there, I'd probably go emails next. Yes. And then all of the other stuff is quite easy, copy and pasty by a virtual assistant or something like that. But, you know, just add one thing at a time and get good. Now add a new thing, now add a new thing. And before you know it, you know, your leads and your numbers are going to change dramatically. Anyone can do this. It just takes discipline. It takes a bit of practice. It takes commitment. But when you do. It takes support sometimes as well. When you stuff up, it's like, well, what do you do? So I know in your membership, that's probably what you do is help support
support people to do it. And I know you're very generous with your time, that, you know, you hop on and you let people come in and ask you Q&As. And that's what people need, is that kind of support, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And look, since COVID started, I've certainly seen any kind of programs that have a community element, that have a coaching element or a membership element, have dramatically increased. Our membership academy has, I've never seen such growth in it ever before. And we've had it for about 6 years. And I think that is a sign of the times that we're in now. I think people are much more comfortable living in a digital world and digital workplace. However, that's never going to replace human connectivity and the need for human connection and sense of belonging. I mean, good old mate Maslow, right? He tells us we literally, a fundamental human need is belonging and connection. So if anyone out there is planning on creating programs, coaching programs, courses, academies, anything like that, you are definitely going to increase your sign up and your success rate if you have something like weekly live Zoom calls where they can speak to you and have your support. I'm certainly finding people are a lot more emotional in today's sort of experience of learning than they were a few years ago, because people have literally collectively gone through so many traumas lately that people are just battered. Like, people are exhausted and drained, and their patience is thinner, and it's just hard. It's really, really hard. So you need to be definitely creating some kind of supportive community whereby you can be there to help people and literally virtually hug them through something that's going to be harder for them than it usually would have been before this whole crisis happened.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people that were maybe in corporate and have had to work from home, and they've always had a side gig, and now they're going, oh, can I just stay with the side gig? I don't want to go back and do that. But there is a fear. And I love what you say about Maslow's, you know, we're designed to be connected. The biggest fear is to be ostracized. And that's where we don't want to do the live. We don't want to do whatever, in case we stuff it up and people won't like us anymore. They won't connect with us. So what do we do? And that's what we do in our membership. We actually have a weekly call, and like we have a promo launch coming up in April, where we'll have 2 weekly calls, you know, for that, to really support people through that. So tell us about, how is it best for people to contact you?
Well, I'm more than happy for people to come and contact me. If you would like to get my free course creation starter kit, anyone who wants to create an online course, coaching program, or membership academy, you can grab my free starter kit at sarahcordiner.com/starter kit, and in there's all my links to my Facebook group, Entrepreneur to Edupreneur, and website and everything as well. So sarahcordiner.com, you'll find everything you need there.
Yeah, just Google her, you'll find everything you need.
That's it. This works. Just Google my name.
That's exactly it. And I know you're really active on Facebook and LinkedIn and everything as well. So, you know, it's not too hard to find you, which is real reflection of what exactly you're telling people to do, because that's what you've done. And it's so easy to find you. It's amazing. Sarah, is there any last things that you'd like to say to the people listening? I know we've kind of gone over the time we thought, but it's just been freaking amazing.
We love it. We knew we were going to go over time. You and me gas bagging together. That's always going to go on. Look, final tips. Obviously, you're going to be looking at this, like, conceptually, this is easy. Like, the actual tasks of doing all of these is really, really simple. However, what isn't simple is going back to that sense of courage, that who am I to do this, but who's going to listen to me? Oh, so many other people are teaching my thing. There's no space for me. How am I going to be different? It's really important that you know that no matter what you teach or how many other people are teaching the same topic, nobody else teaches it like you. There is no expert, coach, consultant, business owner, anyone out there that explains your thing the way that you do, in your voice, in your style. We could literally, Carmel could take my scripts, take all of my content, wear my knickers, and the difference is some people will love her and hate me and love her, right? That's just because.
Exactly
just
right.
because.
Yeah.
Because nothing. What is our unique thing is who we're being, and what our character and what our style is. Some people think that I speak too fast and I'm freaking annoying. Other people, prefer people a bit more calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah,
that's brilliant, because it means there is literally no such thing as competition, and there are people who will love your style, who will love you and your character, who are like, thank goodness you released that thing because it's changed my life. So please do it. Take a deep breath. You can't change anybody's life with it stuck in your head. You can't change your business if you don't put your services and your products out there.
Yeah.
Screw the haters. Next year, beat you.
What is it they say? If you're getting haters or if you're getting trolled, you're doing something right, because people are seeing you.
It's inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. And we actually had this exact conversation with my coaching clients this morning is, somebody calling you a poo-poo head doesn't stop the fact that you're changing people's lives. So just expect it. My husband's a police officer, so you can imagine some of the things he gets called by, by his clients.
Some friendly people.
And I have most certainly been trolled. And as soon as you put stuff out there, guys, you're going to get trolled. You're going to attract all the nutters. But what we do, at one point it used to really hurt me and upset me, and I'd like hide for a few days because I'd be like, someone's something so mean about me. They don't even know me. How dare I? Right? And actually now what I do is me and my husband have a joke where we're like that. Like, what's the funniest thing you got called today? Huh? Like, we like literally have this like insult challenge, like who got the best insult of the month. Like, it's hilarious what people come out with. So you've just got to kind of have a laugh about it, really.
Yeah. Well, you do, and you're so right. I used to really be driven by the need to be liked, even though people would say, oh, Connor, you're quite confident, blah, blah, blah. But I always was. And it took the death of my sister, actually, for me to say, you know what? I don't care. None of us are getting out of here alive. So I don't care anymore what you think of me, because I know my intention is to do the very best and to help the people I need to help. And if that's not you, I wish you all the best. It's not bitter, it's not that, but I don't care that you don't like me anymore.
Yeah,
it's
I have to admit to definitely still caring too much about what people think, but I think I've learned to see the funny side. One that always stands out for me, like someone put a gif or a gif, still don't know how you say that word, of a dog taking a poo on one of my posts. And he's like, this is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen before. And I was just crying. My PA was like, oh my God, shall I delete it? I was like, don't delete it. It's the funniest thing I've read all week. And oh my God, we were crying with laughter. And I actually replied to the guy going, this is literally the best insult I've had all week. Like, it proper made me belly laugh. Like, the exact same day, 3 people went, oh my God, thank you for sharing this. This has completely opened my eyes and changed everything. So, do you think a dog poo video was worth it? Of course it was. Focus on the lives to change him. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Look, I love that. And I'm so excited to have had you on today, because I'm going to be going back and rewatching this myself. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I'll say goodbye for now.
Pleasure. Lovely. Good to see you all. Good luck. And happy St. Patrick's Day.